I've been debating on whether or not to even make this video because I really don't want people to misunderstand where my heart is. But lately, I've been getting a lot of comments online telling me that I need to move back to America, saying Americans are ruining Mexico, saying that people like me shouldn't even be here. And honestly, that hurts. Not because I dislike Mexico or because I feel unwelcome in real life, but because people online have absolutely no idea what me and my family went through to get here. When we left the United States, it wasn't some glamorous escape story. It was years of stress, years of uncertainty, years of trying to survive emotionally while also trying to build a future for our family. My wife served in the military and went through experiences that permanently changed her life forever. And that little bit of stability we have today did not come from privilege or family money. It came through sacrifice, pain, confusion, and a lot of difficult years trying to hold ourselves together. And people online see an American immigrant in Mexico and they automatically assume luxury. And it's not fair. But they didn't see the nights we barely had enough food while trying to save money for immigration paperwork and visas. They didn't see the fear, the exhaustion, the conversations late night, wondering, were we making the biggest mistake of our lives? We saved for years just to even have a chance to legally come to Mexico. Not because we were chasing some fantasy life, because we wanted our son to grow up somewhere where he felt healthier emotionally, somewhere with warmth, somewhere with community, somewhere where the people still looked at each other in the eyes, somewhere where family still mattered deeply. And when we visited Mexico for the first time, that's what we felt: humanity. Life here felt slower in the best ways, more connected, more grounded, and honestly, after years of feeling emotionally exhausted in the United States, Mexico felt like somewhere our family could finally breathe again. And that's why these comments hurt us so much, because people think that we came here to take advantage of something, when really we came here searching for peace. And I also want to clarify something because words are extremely important to me. I personally don't even like using the word expat. I'm an immigrant, and that's what I am. And also, I don't like calling Mexico cheap because this is people's home, not some bargain version of life for foreigners. What I usually like to say in my own personal life is that life here feels more affordable for our family. But affordability was never the full story for us. We came here because we admire the culture, because we respect the people, and because we wanted a different environment for our child than the one that we felt trapped in back in the United States. And what's strange emotionally is that when we decided to leave America, a lot of people in the United States judged us as well. People mocked us. People acted offended. People basically said, good, get out. And so after going through all of that there and then arriving into Mexico and seeing these comments online telling us here that we need to leave, it honestly cuts deeper than people can even realize. And especially because our real life experience in Mexico has almost been the exact opposite. Mexicans in person have treated us with kindness, patience, warmth, and grace. People help us when our Spanish isn't perfect. Neighbors smile at our son. People talk to us very kindly. That is the Mexico that we know. So this video is not me attacking Mexico because that would be dishonest. This is about the way that human beings are starting to talk to each other online all over the world. Because I truly believe that telling immigrants to go back home is ugly no matter where it happens. If somebody in America told a Mexican family to go back to their country, most decent people would immediately recognize this as hateful and ignorant. I agree with them. So when I see people saying similar things online towards immigrants anywhere else in the world, I feel the same way about it. Because behind every immigrant is usually a story that people know absolutely nothing about. And most people are not running towards luxury. They're running towards hope. And I think that sometimes people online forget that there's real human beings behind these conversations. Real families, real children, real struggles, real sacrifice. We're not giant corporations buying up neighborhoods. We're not massive developers. We're not hotel chains or investment groups that are buying up your entire city. We are just normal families trying to exist peacefully in a place that gave us hope again. And yes, I understand why some people are frustrated about rising prices and changes happening all over Mexico. But if people want to direct anger somewhere, maybe the conversation should begin with the governments, the corporations, developers, landlords, and economic systems that profit from pushing ordinary people out of their communities. Because blaming random immigrant families online for massive global economic problems, it feels very unfair. And honestly, it misses the real source of the pain. I also think that social media creates a version of humanity that often doesn't even exist in real life. Because again, the Mexico we experience face to face has been beautiful. And that's why these comments hurt in the first place. Because we genuinely love this country. We genuinely love these people. We respect this country. We appreciate this country. We are grateful for this country. And we try to learn Spanish our best. We try to support local business our best. We try to respect the culture. We try not to come here acting superior or entitled, as the stereotype is. We came here because we admired Mexico, not because we wanted to look down on it. And if you're people online telling immigrants to leave countries, whether that's Americans saying it to Mexicans, or whether it's a Mexican saying it to an American, or anybody in the world saying it, I just hope that you stop for a second and think about those words that you're saying, because these are actual people you're talking to. Because the truth is, most immigrants are carrying a lot of invisible weight. Stories of exhaustion, stories of sacrifice, stories of trying to build a safer future for their family, stories of trying to find somewhere in the world that finally feels like home. And maybe instead of turning ordinary people into enemies, we should remember that most of us are all searching for the same exact things: peace, safety, dignity, connection, a place to belong. And if you want to understand more about our story, more about what it's really like being a regular American family living in Mexico, well then subscribe, because this video is one small piece of the much bigger story. And honestly, we're still figuring all this out ourselves. We don't know anything. Thanks for tuning in.